Welcome back, everybody. So good that you're here with me today, Unit 5, Careers of the Future. And today we're going to look at reading 2, Great Jobs for the 21st Century. Okay, the first thing we're going to start with is looking at the vocabulary, which are the bold-faced words in the reading on the next page. Let's look at that first. I'm going to go there with you. The text is Great Jobs for the 21st Century. We've got the words benefits, ensure, injured. We've got the word that's about it. Yeah. Okay. I would like you to think about the questions. As you see here, number 1 and 2. Which words do you know the meaning of? And can you use any of the words in a sentence? It's important that you think about this. If there are words that you don't know, maybe you must look up the meaning in maybe in Bahasa Indonesia, if that helps you. And try to make a sentence out of it. So in our next Zoom meeting, we will check that. Like, were you able to make a sentence with the bold-faced words? Okay. Okay, I'm going to give you a minute to do that. You can pause your video. Great. That brings us to number 2. Read the information from an online career center brochure about jobs for the 21st century. Okay, basically, this gives it away already. It's a brochure, an online career center brochure. No wonder the subheadings that we're seeing here, right? Really shows that it is a brochure. Okay, we're going to listen. I'm going to give you some time to go over the text first. So what I want you to do is I want you to skim the text first. Previewing, we would have to look at what type of text it is, what the purpose is, by looking at the heading and the subheadings and the pictures, but we already know that it is a brochure. Means with a purpose to give information. I'd like you to skim first to get the main idea, read the introduction and every subheading and first sentence and the last paragraph of the text. Pause your video to do so. Go ahead. Okay, that brings us to listening to it. Mostly when we're doing our skimming, we already annotate the text. And then when we are actively reading it, we annotate the body. So while you're listening and reading at the same time, take the chance to practice your note-taking. Okay? Let's go.
Great jobs for the 21st century. Social media managers. At the start of the 21st century, there was no Facebook or Twitter. But companies today have to plan strategies for using social media to communicate with customers. They are seeking experts who understand the benefits of staying in touch. Game designers and developers. With the huge popularity of online games, this career attracts many and is not limited to entertainment. Improving technology can also be used in training, education, and therapy. Jobs in this field are available to artists as well as to experts in artificial intelligence. Cybersecurity officers. The role of a cybersecurity officer is to ensure the safety and privacy of personal information collected by institutions such as universities and banks. Both business and tech majors will enjoy making sure that hackers and thieves are stopped by finding out their methods. Healthcare professionals. As more dentists retire, there will not be enough new dentists to replace them. And that means there will be many job opportunities for dental assistants to help with the extra work. There will also be a high demand for doctors and nurses. Biomedical engineers. As the science of biotechnology develops, more biomedical engineers will be needed. People are living longer, and this is partly due to biomedical engineering. A biomedical engineer applies the principles and design of engineering to medicine. The results so far have been in the fields of genetic engineering and brain mapping. Physical and occupational therapists. When people break a bone or are injured, their lives are upset in many ways. Physical therapists can help heal the physical injury, and occupational therapists can train the patient to live a normal life again. These are jobs that will always be necessary. Sustainability directors. The goal of sustainability is to make sure that natural resources, such as land and water, will be available to future generations. As companies become more concerned about the natural environment, they will look to sustainability directors to help them reduce waste and pollution by finding more earth-friendly ways of producing and selling goods. Asteroid mining engineers. In the 21st century, new technologies will be used to explore space and to find important resources, including metals and water. Asteroids, the small rocky planets located between Mars and Jupiter, have both. As entrepreneurs plan the mining of asteroid resources, there will be a need for mining engineers to make decisions and provide direction. Astrophysicists. In the 21st century, the exploration of space will become more and more common and important. And in order to explore space, an understanding of the universe and its physical properties is necessary. Astrophysicists study the universe's density, temperature, and chemical makeup, and then analyze the data. With more countries and private companies investigating the universe, astrophysicists will be in demand.
Okay, great. We can see that the text is about different types of jobs that we have in the 21st century. Social media managers, game designers, cybersecurity officers, healthcare professionals, biomedical engineers, physical and occupational therapists. And on the next page, sustainability directors, asteroid mining engineers, and astrophysicists. These are all different types of jobs for the 21st century. Now, for comprehension, understanding what the text is about, we often go back to the text to scan where we are not reading it, but going over it really quickly. Actually, what we're doing is keyword finding to find the right keyword to answer the question. Here you're asked to read the statements and mark them true. T for true, F for false, and then rewrite the false statement to make them true. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Are they true or false? Number 1, let's try it out. Game designers are not limited to developing entertainment. True or false? True. Yeah, this is true. So write T for true. The rest you will do, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can pause your video to do so. Go ahead. Great. That was about trying to understand the text and going back to the text to figure out and find the keywords, to find the key factors, whether what was stated is correct or wrong. Okay, that brings us to the reading skill for today. Predicting content from title and subheadings. We kind of can predict what the text is about by only looking at the title and the subheadings, yeah? Okay, how many subheadings does it have? If we go back to the text, we can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? 9 subheadings. Yeah, that's a whole lot, plus we have the title. One way to predict the content of a text is to look at its title and subheadings. That's what I told you already, is predicting. Yeah, is previewing. When you preview, you predict the type of text and the purpose. Yeah, the purpose will tell you what we need to focus on. And we do that by looking at the title and the headings and maybe some visuals. A good title is a brief summary of the main idea of the whole reading. A good subheading is a brief summary of the content of a section of the reading. Yeah. So the title, Great Jobs for the 21st Century, indicates the main idea of the reading, that it's about jobs for the 21st century. The subheadings give you more specific information about that topic, the names of several kinds of jobs. Now, by reading the subheadings, you can find the group of jobs that you are interested in and focus your attention quickly on those. So you could actually skip the ones that you're not interested in. That makes it easy if you have subheadings. Okay, so you can predict from the title and subheadings what the text is about, and that gives you also an idea of what type of text it is. Okay, we go back to reading 2. Read the subheadings quickly. Think about which job category they belong in. I want you to write them in the columns. Compare your answers. Okay, computers, medicine, space, environment. So you're going to look at the headings. These job types, do they fit under the heading computers, medicine, space, or environment? You can pause your video to fill out this chart. Go ahead. Great. This has everything to do with categorizing information and ideas, knowing that certain ideas fall in a particular category. That's also very important when you write, because when you write, you would have to be able to make a bigger category for a topic sentence, smaller category for a main point, which then is developed by details. Yeah, and that also we can find back in a text. So it always goes, you know, like a funnel, from more general to more specific. Yeah, great. Okay, that brings us to connecting the readings. When we connect the readings, we are organizing the information from text 1 and text 2, kind of, you know, see how they are connected. And then we use that information to synthesize, which means combining sources in order to create something new. Yeah, in this case, we're going to complete the dialogue. So, if we're looking at reading 1 and reading 2, contain information about the careers of the future. Yeah, look at the chart listing some of the features mentioned in reading 1 and some of the jobs mentioned in reading 2. Check the box where the job seems to have that feature. Put an X in the job if the job does not. Okay, so for example, job security, possibility of being outsourced, opportunities for entrepreneurs, and opportunities for freelancers. We're talking about social media managers, game designers and developers, cybersecurity officers, healthcare professionals, biomedical engineers, asteroid mining engineers, and astrophysicists. So this is a combination of reading 1 and reading 2. Put the check or put the cross. Okay, you would have to look at both texts to find that. So the technique that we're using for that is scanning. Yeah, going through the text really fast to find the keyword, which is related to job security, possibility of being outsourced, opportunities for entrepreneurs, and opportunities for freelancers, in combination or correlated to these kind of jobs. Okay, try that out. This is important because this is where you learn to recognize information, but also where you learn to connect it. You learn to correlate it. So that's important. Please take your time to fill out this chart. Great. In our next Zoom meeting, we will definitely check this and then see how it is filled out, and then go to the point of synthesizing, where you're going to complete the dialogue between 2 university seniors. So they're discussing the pros and cons of different careers. Like, did you get the job fair? Did you go to the job fair today? Yes. I found it very interesting and informative. Me too. I was practically interested in the jobs in medicine because they offer job security. No one can outsource a doctor's job. See, that's all information taken from the chart, yeah? Now, the next page. Now, this is where you are going to complete the dialogue. Yeah, but you're going to fill out these empty blanks based on the information you got from the chart, which in turn is based on text 1 and 2. Okay? What does this teach you? This teaches you to recognize information, key information. It teaches you to correlate information from two different sources, and it teaches you with that information to create something new. In this case, it's a dialogue. Awesome, very good. Okay, that's actually the end of our lesson today. So good. Yeah. We are going to review. I'm going to review with you what it is that we did for today. Okay. Okay, first off, of course, we did the vocabulary. We always do the vocabulary first, right? We looked at the bold-faced word, and we looked at some of the words that we already know, and the ones we didn't know or don't know, we would look them up. And we looked at how to use the words into a sentence. So how can I use the word benefits, ensure, injured in a sentence? We're going to talk about that, so make sure you did that. And then we went over the comprehension, listening to the audio and recognizing whether a statement is true or false. Now, we did that by annotating the sentences and looking at the keywords. And then really, while we're listening, focusing on the keywords that we annotated already. And from there, recognizing whether the statement was true or false. We went over our reading skill, predicting content from title and subheadings, which is everything to do with previewing, because when you preview, you predict type of text and the purpose. And in this case, we were looking at an online brochure, right? About career. And for the reading skill, as you predicted the content from the title and subheadings, you had to categorize that information, knowing it from looking at the subheadings, but then categorizing them in the right box. Last, we connected the readings, reading 1 and 2, finding a correlation between the key facts in both texts, and then create a dialogue using those facts. Very good. You are really cool. Thank you for joining me today. Stay excited in learning, and I'll see you next time. God bless you. Bye.